Welcome to the video, guys. This is Brando Linnick coming to you from my home office, and this is going to be a two-part discussion on how to work from home. So if you're looking at trying to work from home, you've definitely come to the right place. Now, the whole reason why you're going to want to pay close attention to what I'm going to share with you is I am going to answer a question on Google and online data entry jobs using Google, and if you can't get a data entry job with Google, what can you actually do to work from home doing data entry? And I've got some ideas on this, and then after I'm going to share with you kind of my experience with it. But when it comes to Google, you can go to google.com and you can go /hiring, and you can see the positions and the qualifications that they have that you need to meet if you want to do data entry with them. Typically, they're only hiring people, from my understanding, in the Silicon Alley area. All right, so if you're not in San Francisco, you're not in the Silicon Valley area, the chances of you maybe getting hired on their campus is just going to be very slim. So it's a little bit more difficult if you're not in their area. But that said, there are alternatives out there if you're wanting to do data entry jobs and you're wanting to do it from home. And I've got a lead on it throw your way when it comes to this, and that would be doing freelance data entry. All right, and when I say freelancing, pardon me, there's different sites out there that allow you as a freelancer, all right, people who are looking for data entry, people to do jobs for them, to fill out forms for them, to schedule appointments for them, to do paperwork and filing for them. And what they do is they allow you to post, all right, on freelancing sites like Fiverr, Odesk, Elancer, Guru.com, to post your services of data entry, whatever it is that you're offering, specific when it comes to data entry. And when you post your services, you have the chance to get hired. Now, the caveat to this is when you get hired, it's called a project, which means you're only hired for a certain duration and period of time. You could get hired for 6 months, all right, from one person. You could get hired for 2 months from one person. But when that job stops, when they don't need your services anymore, you got to find another person. So that's the only caveat when it comes to this job, but it can be as simple, kind of like you go on eBay, and people go on eBay and they post and they look for things on the site because they don't want to go to a retailer. Well, on freelancing sites like Fiverr, Odesk, and all the ones I just named, people go there because they're looking for data entry clerks. They're looking for people to do small service jobs, and they go and they hire people on those sites. So you can post your small service job there, and when you get hired, you've got a job. But always keep the flow going, because if you don't have more jobs being posted and more opportunities and more people wanting your services, then you're not going to be able to make a stable income. So that's the only caveat that I just want to warn you about, but that is the best tip and lead I can give you when it comes to an alternative solution to data entry and working it as an online job. So I hope that helps you guys out, and if you have questions on it, you can comment below. But to segment this conversation, if you're wanting to build an income, and I'm not talking about data entry now, I'm talking to those of you who are wanting to build an income, to have more time freedom, more leverage, more flexibility, to pay off debts, not have to worry about bills at the end of every month. If that's something you're wanting to do, I've got a lead I want to throw your way, and that is learn to build your own business, learn to build your own income, and learn to do it on the internet. I wouldn't suggest taking the traditional approach of a storefront and employees and getting a bachelor's degree and taking on everything and doing it completely full-time. It's just mentally exhausting and exuding, and I wouldn't encourage you to do it. If you've got a part-time basis, I would highly throw your way. If you've got a full-time job right now, you're wanting to quit or just work online from home in general, if you really just want to work from home, learn to control your own income, learn how to do it on the internet, and model someone who's already doing it. Model someone who's using systems online to build a business and income. That way you can use the internet to do the heavy lifting for you, where you don't need to create your own product, where you don't need supplies, equipment, employees, inventory, space. You don't need any of that overhead. You can just plug into a system, all right, that allows you to build your own income, following simple steps daily, and then modeling someone, all right, who's willing to share with you those steps and what to do, who's already built a business online, and you'll be well and on your way. And as simple and cliche as that sounds, all right, I'm going to tell you this, you do, in order to make any business work, because you're not getting paycheck to paycheck, all right, you're working, and sometimes you got to be okay of not getting your first paycheck for the first month, all right? You got to be okay for not getting a paycheck for the first 2 months, all right? It's a different mentality you got to have, but you got to make that decision that if you want to work from home and you want more time, freedom, and leverage, that when you're not working your job anymore on your part-time basis, you're going to focus and you're going to make the decision that you're going to make it happen, that you're going to make the decision that you're not going to go back to that life where you're worrying about money all the time, where you're going to build your own income and take control of your finances. and be able to have the time freedom that you want, spending it at home with your family and traveling and moving into a bigger, better home or an apartment. And the best way you can do that is model someone who's already walked down that path, all right? That's why I share it with you. And the only way you're going to be able to make this work is if you're consistent and you're persistent. And if you can do that much, all right, modeling someone is going to be a breeze for you, all right? You don't have to be a technical guru. You can do it part-time, and you can make it work, because it's exactly what I started to do going back to 2014 when I came across a person who was building a multiple six-figure income business online, modeled and copied them in less than 3 months after that, created a full-time income working part-time. I'm not going to tell you those are average or typical results, because I decide not to be average. I decide not to be typical, all right? But this stuff does work. If it worked for me, it can definitely work for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. That's my last tip I wanted to share with you. And even though what I've done is not a job, all right, working from home online, if you want to build a business to work from home, and you want to do it, and this makes sense to you, if you're coachable and trainable, you're willing to learn some things, connect with me on my site. It's 123marketingtips.com. The link is in the description below, and I'll see you guys on the beaches of the world. Take care.